Hey everyone, it's Michael GoosebumpsFan. I hope you're doing well today. I have another classic Goosebumps book review for you. This one is for Goosebumps number 30. It Came From Beneath the Sink. I always love the title. It reminds me so much of these old black and white classic horror films from the 50s and 60s that I love and I talk about, or I used to talk about a lot on the channel. It Came From Beneath the Sink is an oddball title, but I like it. The book itself, I'm very disappointed, is what I want to say. I'm very, very disappointed with this one. I'm kind of just in the place that I wanted this to be solid. I had no idea what was going on with this book or what it was. I've never seen the TV episode adaptation when I was growing up. Never read this book in my entire life. And I really hoped for something special. And I got something weird, as a weird filler type story. It's definitely a filler book. If you haven't read this one, you're going to see what I'm talking about. But it's a filler book, as a lot of us like to call it, and it feels like a filler book. The kind of ending that it has that just crushes every bit of, I guess, what you hoped would be satisfying. It just ruins all of that by the end of the book. This one really let me down, frankly. And I was into it relatively for like the first 100 pages out of the 112 pages that the book is made of. But the last like 10, 12 pages of this book were just so lame. Just so lame. It might even be less than that. It might be like the last 5 or 6 pages of the book. At least the last couple of chapters really let me down. It just fell apart. It was the most ridiculous ending I've ever seen. It fits for that middle grade, middle school Goosebumps audience, but it really doesn't work for me, frankly. I think it just, I don't know. The book is really bland. It's really bland and kind of sucky. It's kind of plotless too, but it doesn't really make a big difference whether it had a plot. I think the story we were kind of setting up here was kind of bland from the get-go. It's not one of those ones like The Barking Ghost that starts off with a really decent, interesting premise that kind of just craps the bed over time. It's not like that, you know? This is just out and out not really that great to begin with. From the beginning of the book, from the very beginning, right? So, It Came From Beneath the Sink. The plot of this book is essentially about a brother and sister and their parents and their dog that move into a new house, which is a very common Goosebumps trope. And when they get there, they're cleaning up the house and trying to unpack and whatnot. And our main character is the sister. She's the oldest of the kids. And she gets scared by her brother. And as she's working on the kitchen sink, she happens to leave the door open and their dog starts kind of growling and sniffing and whatever at a particular object underneath the sink. And when they pull it out of the thing, it's this very tiny sponge. Very tiny, like fits in the bottom of your hand, or the palm of your hand. And this sponge, it's not really, I think they said it was warm, I believe. I've been reading this over the last few days, so I don't remember exactly what was said, but I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be warm. And there's like a small breathing noise that you can hear when you're looking at the sponge and whatever. And eventually it opens up and it has eyes, right? And it's just, it looks like a kitchen sponge, right? So you can tell immediately, when I went into a book with this kind of cover right here, this kind of really cool, dark-looking cover I've always wondered about and wondered what the monster was in this book. And with the title that I like, with that old 50s throwback, It Came From Beneath the Sink. You can imagine what I thought of this book when I heard that the monster is basically a sponge monster. I know that's probably a spoiler to many of you, but it literally happens in the first chapter of the book, so it's really not a spoiler, frankly. It's not really about the monster here. Like, it is, but it's not. It's more of a book based around bad thing after bad thing after bad thing happening to our main characters, and not like in a slappy way, like mischievous things like that. It's like just constant bad luck accidents because of this creature that they found that looks like a sponge. And as they go through the book, they stumble. I want to say stumble upon, because it's really not clever how it's incorporated into the book, but they happen to stumble upon what this creature may be. And this book kind of sucked. It just kind of sucked, frankly. I'm going to be honest with you, this book kind of sucks. I wanted to like it more, and I hoped that the ending would be better to really kind of make it worth reading. I'm going to be honest with you, the book is not worth your time. Like I said, it kind of sucks, frankly. And I don't really have anything to say about it. It was so bland. Like, the characters don't really appeal, and that's a kind of common thing for Goosebumps. The writing style is not as humorous as I thought it should be. You know, the way Stein typically takes books like this, he'll try to add a lot of humor and jokes to make it funny. Nothing like that really happened. There's like a best friend character in here named Carlo, who's a piece of crap and steals things from your house. I mean, what? Like, what? This feels like Stein didn't write this one. You know, if I had to bet on any of them, of the old classic series that maybe Stein didn't write, this would probably be it. That writing style doesn't feel as sharp. Maybe it's because he was tired. It is kind of middle of the road. I mean, we have 62 of original classic Goosebumps books, and if we're assuming he wrote all of them, this is about the halfway point when he starts getting exhausted, I bet. But this one is just it's a miss, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a miss, frankly, and I'm kind of bummed out about it. I was hoping it'd be a lot better. Never heard anybody call this monster a killer sponge. And when I say killer, like I said, I mean just bad events happening to our main characters, car accidents, wrecking on your bicycle, stuff like that. That could be really well done in like an adult horror film or an adult novel or something, but you can't really pull it off well here for a middle grade book, because it's about as generic on the trying to get killed by the killer sponge type of thing that you could ever set up. You know, it's kind of a shame. It's kind of a shame. I was expecting more, and I'm really let down, frankly. I wouldn't say this is like the worst of the classic series. There are other books I don't like as much. I'm kind of debating in my head whether I like the original Monster Blood more than this, and I'm not a big fan of that one. I don't know. I'm just really let down, is all I really have to say about this. When it comes to Goosebumps number 30, It Came From Beneath the Sink, do I recommend it? No. I don't recommend this to you. It's not worth your time. The cover's kind of cool. The title's kind of cool. It doesn't advertise a killer sponge for a reason, because a killer sponge is a stupid idea. And this could have been done a lot better, frankly. I don't know. I'm just really let down, frankly. I'm just kind of disappointed, and that's why this review was kind of bland as well. If I had to rate It Came From Beneath the Sink on a 5-star basis, I'd give it like a 2 out of 5 stars. Mainly because I was kind of with it for most of the book. It's fair to say almost the entire book, except for the ending, the last couple of chapters, I was with the story, just trying to see what direction we were going. And with that ending being so unsatisfying, kind of like with the Barking Ghost situation, it just fell apart. It took this really bland book that could have been improved with a better ending. I don't know how you would end it to make it better, but I'm not the writer here, am I? But if it had had a better ending, I think we could have really pulled this one off and made it a better read that I could have recommended more. But 2 out of 5 stars, man. I really don't have much about this I like. It's barely getting a 2. I kind of want to lean to give it a 1, but I can't. Because I did stick with the book most of the time, and I was kind of like, oh, well, I'll see where it goes. If I have that optimism feeling throughout the book, it's not worth giving it a 1. But it does deserve the 2, frankly. So, what are your thoughts on It Came From Beneath the Sink? Do you love this one? Do you hate this one? Put your thoughts and comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this book. I think I'm going to go ahead and jump into either another of the classic books or maybe another GYG book. I'm not really sure yet what I'm going to start into. I kind of want to, like I said, I keep wanting to save all the Series 2000 books for later on to really just enjoy those because they're so dark and fun. But I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. But this one was a letdown. I'm hoping that a lot of the other ones I have left over for Goosebumps, like The Girl Who Cried Monster, for example, I'm hoping that I'll have ones like that I can really enjoy, and we'll still have some kind of fun to them, you know, compared to crap like this. So, stick around on the channel, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I hope that you enjoyed the review. I hope that you'll let me know down in the comment section down below what you think about this episode, or this book. I did find out, too, there is an episode about this book. As I said, I've never seen it, so I'm going to watch that in a minute and try to get a review recorded today, maybe tomorrow, I don't know yet. But I'd like to get it done today before I go to work. I don't know if I'll have it uploaded, maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after tomorrow, I don't know yet, but I want to try real quick. Anyway, It Came From Beneath the Sink. it sucks. It's not worth your time. Don't check it out. Don't buy it. Unless you're a Goosebumps fanatic who collects these things. It's not worth your time. It's not worth your time. I'm telling you. Thank you for watching, guys. God bless you today. And goodbye.